Namaskar to everyone. I welcome you all to another beautiful day which is coming to an end tonight, and we'll find a date getting changed tomorrow with a new year coming into being, which we follow. But does it change many things for us? Yes. This year has been different from many of the years we have lived. This year has been quite exceptional, quite dreadful, quite painful, and definitely it also gave rise to a lot of opportunities. When we look back, we find that things stopped suddenly. All the machines, all the industries, everything stopped just overnight, and then suddenly we find that the nature was taking its own course of getting back. We found that the animals are moving into cities. We found that the rivers becoming pure. The pollution levels going down. Definitely, disease was there and it was spreading. It may be because of a lot of factors. First thing is, it was a new disease. A lot of people didn't know about it or were not even prepared for it. We call it pandemic because it has spread drastically and we are not even aware how to solve it. But then we found that many of the things which were unsolved suddenly were getting solved. Like in our personal lives, our own understanding of life, our own understanding of the family, relationships, what mattered and what didn't matter suddenly became very obvious the moment the lockdown happened. Everything came to a standstill for a moment of time in space. We found that people who were looking for opportunities here, who had moved down from villages, who had come down to the cities, suddenly found that it has given rise to unemployment and they want to move back to the villages. The transformation cycle happened from then onwards. Yes, people moved back, but then the opportunity struck. And definitely we found that things have changed for them. A lot of things are not getting highlighted. A lot of things are not coming in the media, but yes, people have taken newer ways, newer methods, newer tools, new ways of understanding, new ways of growing up, new ways of looking at opportunities which are more decentralized. And they are also looking at opportunities of getting back into health. The health awareness, which was not so obvious earlier, has become prominent. You would find that a lot of organizations, a lot of traditional schools, which were more related to in-person teaching, they slowly moved into online media. Most of the segments, rather I would say all the segments, moved into the online segment. That gave a lot of opportunities for a lot of other people to grow, to expand and to connect. We, on the part of Soul Searchers, have been working with the people who were moving back from the cities to the villages during that pandemic period. From the period of March till June, we had supported more than 55,000 people who were traveling back to their cities, their towns. And we are also supporting more than 1,000 odd people by way of medicines which were required because it's a pandemic scenario, and also bringing up awareness about how the natural herbs, natural medicines, natural concussions can help create immunity within themselves. This was a period we also worked with a lot of people to bring them about awareness about how the breath, working with the breath, can allow them to grow, can understand, can relate, can connect to a lot of things. People could understand the relevance of prayer. could understand the relevance of chants, could understand the relevance of expanding their breath so that they can go deeper within themselves to understand their own self in a better manner. This is crucial for every one of us to relate and understand. The growth and the expansion of the self and the individual personality definitely grew over this period of time. The mutual respect, the love, the affection, the connectivity, the deeper understanding of the relationships which was becoming devoid or void in cities suddenly started grooming back. It slowly moved back into a state where it became part of life. They started cherishing those moments. They started living those moments. Suddenly, the younger children started taking care more of the elderly people. This was an awareness. It's a big awareness. If you look at all the courses being conducted, all the online things which are coming out, people working out towards the growth segment of employment was higher. We too supported a lot of things. We are thankful to all the sponsors we had. We are all thankful. Our own teams are thankful to a team of members who were sponsoring for all the food grains being supplied in Bangalore, in Delhi, Gurgaon, Chennai, Haridwar, Rishikesh. We were trying to do a lot of things. A lot of people who actually had left the world and they were trying to be saints, sadhus, people who had taken up the path of spirituality and they were moving in and they were living off by alms. We were able to reach them, provide them the needed requirement for the health. For I personally believe, divinity is not outside us, it's with us, it's between us. Every single cell within us is divine and it has to be nourished, cherished, loved, cared for, and definitely when I'm caring for my own divinity, I should be respecting the divinity of the others. This is quite important for one to understand and relate. The growth will happen when we are able to go deeper within ourselves. It has a relevance. This year is quite relevant for us to remember. Something which we can pass on to the future generation that the time has changed. We also have to change the way we think, we look up to the things, we understand certain things, we have to refine it to a higher platform. The relationship of one with the one is quite crucial here. Our purpose, our goal at Soul Searchers has been always to connect people with the conscious. For when a person connects at the conscious level, he also understands the conscious happening which is connecting himself or projecting at the mind level or the body level. The emotion is also part of the conscious. So if I can relate to the conscious better, I can become a better human being, a better life form. So human as such has no relevance if one cannot relate to the conscious. Until and unless I relate to the conscious, I cannot be peaceful. If you look around, even in these scenarios when the world is fighting with the disease, you will find the violence happening, turmoils happening, issues and problems are still there, the poverty is still there. Why? We have enough resources. The nature has provided us enough resources. The only problem is we are demanding too much. Can we bring the demands down? The lockdown actually helped us to understand that. All those things boil down to basic necessities. Now, if I start going back to the same route where I was just hoarding up things nearly a year back, then I have not learned anything. People have to learn. When you connect to your own self, you learn that something has changed. There was no scarcity, there was no problems. What happened was, we removed all the accessories and the essentials remained. That essential things are something part of us. Anything beyond that is extra. Do I need that? Do I really require it? Is a question. When you look at the education also, it has changed drastically. People have moved online. Yes, people say that it does not connect. But connection happens at two levels. The one who teaches and one who learns. If the learner is inquisitive, is deep, is interested to go deeper within himself, then he is going to learn. Rest is somebody who is going to write or read for exam or a course finishing or a module. Then the learning also doesn't happen. Similarly for the health, if you find that the last 10 months most of the tests have gone down. Selective tests have happened. Not that it is not required, but it is not essential. So what is essential is only required. Rest is not. We have to understand. It's a beautiful way of understanding how to get detached. You are attached. You are still attached to a lot of things. You are still understanding that attachment is there. But you are unattached also. And you are detached also. So it's an attached detachment which allows one to really understand how to create vairagya. This is a moment where we should ponder on the question of us, the I. The I has to understand at the level of we. When I am only looking at myself, the ego also comes into being. When I look at the world as one, everything, that is the flora, fauna, everything into the sun is part of me and I am part of them. So what is essential for me is also essential for them. Can that essential become a life force for everyone? You will find that everyone will be peaceful. It's not about the riches, it's not about the poverty, it's about my conscious connection which makes me rich or poor. A poor person can be happy. A rich person may be suffering also. Same thing can happen, the rich person may be happy and the poor might be suffering. All depends on the mind, how we understand and live the life. Once I have the contention that this is what I need and this is the maximum I require, I'll be happy. I'll not struggle for it. I'll not suffer for it. Till the moment I'm suffering, I'm not happy. I'm literally looking for something bigger. There's nothing called bigger. All that we know as big becomes small when it comes back to the life source or the life. When the life is known, then only you can understand about detachment. So what is required for the life is needed. What is looking beyond the life is a desire. For that desire, you might have an interest, but it may not give you the result you need. So be sure that all that is needed, you should have. And you should also share. The more you share, you are also going to be enriched. Your growth is also going to happen. It's a continuous effort from all directions. When that happens, you'll be happy. You'll find smiling faces around you. We have seen that. And that makes you happy. It's a small moment, a small glimpse of happiness, a joy. Nothing more can be there. It does not mean that they will not become sad later, definitely. But then, if so many people are there who can make them smile, that means they are going to smile 24 hours. They are going to be happy. And when they are happy and we feel happy about it, the world will become a better place to live. We understood the world is a better place to live when the lockdown happened. We were not struggling. We were not. There was a struggle of employment, there was a struggle of finance, there was a struggle of a lot of things. We found that a lot of people are there who are supportive. We found that a lot of people are caring. A lot of people are there who are helping those in need. We are also happy to be part of that. I am also thankful to all the members, all part of our family of Soul Searchers, UCSRD, all over India and the world, for all the help and the support they provided during this period of pandemic. And maybe in the coming year, we carry on the same job and the work we have been doing for the last 25 years. In the same passion, vigor, vitality and happiness. From all of us, giving you a better life, better happiness, better joy, and a life filled with abundance. A day which is going to happen tomorrow. Namaskar.